Hello, this is Yaakov Kronenberg. Tonight I'm going to be doing class number 5 in a series of classes on how to synthesize a horoscope. Until now we've been talking in each class about the ascendant, how the ascendant is 80% of the chart, and we've been showing some fundamentals of astrology that we've been talking about recently, some of the main fundamentals of astrology and how they're connected to that idea that you can trace it back to the idea that that the ascendant is so important. That the ascendant is so important. Tonight, I want to touch on a little bit of sort of a little bit of a side issue, but it's also connected with again with the importance of the ascendant. And I'm asked this question a lot, a lot. People always asking me this question. I had a client yesterday that asked something like that. He was asking about the asteroids, different asteroids, what they mean, and how important they are. And so again, I want to talk about that a little bit today. Not only asteroids, there's all sorts of things. There's midpoints. There's the outer planets. The outer planets are very important, but again, you understand them differently than you understand the ancient 7 planets, and we'll have classes on that later on. How you understand the outer planets a little differently than you would understand the inner planets, the original 7, the 7 days of creation. Each one is a different planet. Uh, but we'll come back to that. But I want to talk tonight about all these things. There's so many things. There's fixed stars. There's the asteroids. There's the hypothetical planets of the um, of the different schools of midpoints. There's midpoints themselves. There's Arabic parts. There's no end to things. And I've seen people that you look at how they do things, and you look at the horoscope that they draw, and it has like 500, 600 different points, and that surely with so many points you can find anything you want by looking at it. I think a lot of this people use so many different things is because they don't know how to really understand the horoscopes, so they need to take more and more things and add them on and use them to come out with some kind of horoscope. But I really, my teacher held, and I think that it's the true way that it's the horror. The horoscope is very basic. It's the houses, it's the signs, and it's the planets. I use a little bit the fixed stars also. There's an ancient tradition how the fixed stars work, and again, we don't use all of them. There's thousands of fixed stars. We use the ones that are the brightest, that resonate down here. So the idea comes what to do with all these, how to treat all these extra things. What should we do with them? All these different. And so my teacher used to hold very simply that all these other things, the asteroids and hypothetical planets, midpoints, Arabic parts, whatever you want, they're never going to change the fundamental meaning of the horoscope. The fundamental meaning of the horoscope is, like we said, the ascendant and the 7 planets, a little bit the fixed stars, and the outer, the 3 outer planets a little bit. But other than that, all the other stuff, if they influence the chart, it's not going to make a fundamental change in the chart. I think that was the main point that I want to get across this time. Is all these other things, they're not going to change the fundamental meaning of the horoscope. The horoscope is, like we said, 80% the ascendant, another 20% the sun, the moon, the rest of the planets, etc. But whatever else, they're going to have, if they have a meaning, it's going to be limited in the scope of that meaning, and it's not going to override anything that has been developed in the horoscope from the basics. And thank you for listening.